Well, Julian Blackmon is another homegrown player who understands the significance and intensity of the BYU-Utah rivalry. He left his mark on the series with a pick six last year that sparked that comeback. This year, he moves to safety and joins his friend Terrell Burgess in the Utes secondary. Patience finally paying off for Burgess as he becomes a starter as a senior. Both looking forward to the rivalry game and a promising season.
Terrell, you've waited for this opportunity for quite a while. You've been patient. A lot of guys, if they're not getting what they want, they leave. Why did you stick it out?
I think the biggest thing, learning here, you have to understand that it's bigger than you. It's all about the team. So I think ever since I've been here, I've just tried to find a way to add value to the team. And then now that it's my turn to put myself in a starting role, I'm just going to do everything I can to make sure I put the best of my ability.
You're not going to brag about yourself, so I'm going to ask Julian to do it for you. What do you expect from this guy this year?
He's going to have a breakout season, man. Cody, he didn't start until his senior year, and he balled out. I expect the same from Terrell. He's one of those guys that knew everybody else's position, and that's the reason why he's in the position he is in to make plays. So we're just excited for him to get going.
You're making a move yourself, so does it kind of feel new for you?
Honestly, it was kind of natural going to safety. I felt kind of natural going into it, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. I feel like it's more of my position. It plays more to my strengths, if anything. So I'm just excited to get going.
It seems like every day the expectations get higher and higher. You guys are ranked 14th in the AP preseason poll. So I want to ask both of you, as seniors, and you're on the leadership council, how do you guys handle all this hype and all this pressure and all these things? Everyone's saying how good you guys are.
Honestly, a lot of times here we preach that none of that means anything unless we actually do it on the field. So we're just making sure that we come out to practice every day, working as hard as we can to make sure that we prove everybody right.
Exactly what he said. Our coaches, that's the biggest thing they harp on, is they know that we're going to have a target on our back this year, especially off of the year we came off of. But we know as a team we have unfinished business that we have to take care of, and it starts with BYU coming up next Thursday. So we're just excited to get going, and we're excited to keep on pushing.
Let's move on to that game one, BYU. You like playing BYU right out of the gate? I know you have a history, so what's it like for you?
Man, I definitely think that it's more intense. You see a lot of guys coming in here, and we'll play teams like NIU first, but we got BYU first, and it's kind of like, oh man, I want to play. I want to get out there and make sure I'm doing everything right. So it kind of, heightens everybody else's intensity. So everyone's learning a little bit faster, and we're just excited for guys to show what they can do. Devin Lord, I think he's balling out, and I'm just excited for a lot of our players to show what they can do, because the people behind Cody and Chase are the people that we're excited for to play. So.
Julian got a pick six and left his mark on the BYU rivalry. You get a chance to start in a BYU game. Do you want to leave your mark?
Oh, of course. I want to just make sure that I go out there and just play assignment sound football. I consider myself somewhat of a smart football player, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to try my best to know exactly what's coming before the play comes, help out my teammates any way I can, and just maybe even get a pick six myself.
Finally, BYU, this game means so much to them. You're homegrown. I lost a lot of the other Utah guys. It's just business. It's another game. For you, it has to be different, right?
Oh, definitely, especially because I know a lot of those guys that go there, whether it be Dian, whether it be their quarterback, whether it be their receivers, Micah Simon, all those guys. I know a lot of them, so it's just bragging rights, if anything, in Utah. But, just from being from Utah, for me, I don't like BYU at all. I think everybody knows that, so I feel like it's the same way with any of my teammates. But at the same time, I know that this is just another game that we have to get finished with in order to get where we want to get at the end, which is championships.
Bro, you guys have big goals, and you guys have the talent to do that. You can't stumble right out of the gate.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. We don't want to stumble out of the gate. That's why we're making sure that we're in the film room every day, making sure that we know what's coming. We know they're a good team. Nobody's doubting that they're a good team. They had us up 20-0 last year. That's not something anybody wants to be. So we're not going into this game it's going to be easy. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be hard fought, but we expect to play as hard as we can.
You haven't forgotten that deficit.
Oh, of course not.
Definitely not. Definitely not. And we expect them to come out with that same fire. As long as all of us do our 111th on the team, I think it will be a good game.